Hi, everyone. Welcome to Here for the Health of It. We have a great show for you. We have Lacy Carbone, who's the owner of Bikram Yoga. She gets into everything about owning a yoga studio, all of her different classes, being a Lululemon ambassador. She even gets into her first marathon. Wouldn't tell us her time, supposedly forgot that. But I hope you enjoy it. All things yoga. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Here for the Health of It podcast. I'm Dr. Randy here with Dr. Tom. As always, we are Columbia's hottest podcast, bringing you the hottest guests in all of Columbia. And we have a great guest. We have Lacy Carbone, who's the owner of Bikram Yoga Columbia. She's the OG of yoga. She's been telling us for Columbia, right? 12 years? Yeah.
12 in October.
12 in October.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
Thanks.
That's tough. It's running any sort of business is hard, let alone doing it for a long time, year over year.
Yep.
Staffing,
COVID.
Oh man, all of it.
Yeah.
So tell us kind of how you got into this. What pushed you into the yoga space?
Well, my background's in corporate retail. So,
Corporate retail?
yeah.
What's that? Buying and selling clothes?
Yeah, basically.
No kidding.
Yeah, you got
Okay.
it. You got it.
I know my corporate retail.
Actually, it's kind of, it's not the best story, just like my engagement story is not the best story.
We're gonna need both.
So as an adult, like I was active as a child, right? Played sports, did dance before that, whatever. But as an adult, kind of like never found the workout that was like, this is it. I really like it, you know? So in college, I just, went to the gym. And then when I started working, I ran a marathon just to like check a box. I don't really like running.
I did the same thing. There's
and-
something about
it's like
the
you
fitness
just
world that makes you think you
have to
need to run a
complete it.
marathon to check it
Yeah,
off.
you just have to complete it.
Worst day of my whole life.
Really?
Well, maybe.
Well, I ran a full the first time ever. Like, didn't even run a half.
Didn't even run a half
No
first?
kidding.
Oh.
Well, because the one I wanted to do, the half was full. So I had to sign up for the full.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
A lot of train. Did you train it? Like,
Yeah. There was like
Okay.
a running club at,
Yeah.
I worked at the Chico's corporate office in Fort Myers, Florida.
wow.
And I didn't know anybody. And there's like a running club. So I joined the club, did the marathon. It was at Disney. I love Disney. So,
That's
Sweet.
got to run through the park.
Do you want to tell your time?
Oh, it was awful. I
Well,
basically could walk as
well,
fast as I run.
It might be.
Well, it's gonna be
faster
better
than
than
mine.
Randy's.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, me neither.
It was in
I don't remember mine
He
either.
remembers.
It was in 2008, so that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I don't even remember what happened this morning. So,
Perfect.
What do you got in there? Is that a cocktail?
it's an Alani.
Oh, that'd be great if it
It's
was
like
like
a
a White
seltzer.
Claw.
I mean, don't put it past me. I don't drink seltzers. I strictly drink wine or liquor.
Really?
My husband has a wine bar.
That's right.
So,
Want to give it a shout out?
sure, Maltavina.
Nice.
It's on Forest Drive right now. He's opening one in Lexington, hopefully soon if they ever pour the... How's profanity on this?
Fine.
Okay.
Especially when you're
I just
drinking
had to
Claws.
stop myself. I just had to stop myself because I have a pretty bad mouth.
So only liquor and wine.
Yeah, I really like wine, but if I want to try and not consume as much sugar, I'll drink some
Switch it
tequila
over.
or vodka. Like yesterday on Sundays, we usually do like a family day. We'll do like the zoo and then either Tin Roof or Savage Craft. I
Wait,
like.
Tin Roof on Sundays?
With the kids?
Yeah, well, so there's this kids music group that performs on Sundays at Tin Roof.
No way.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's every Sunday, but a few weeks ago we went to a Taylor Swift one. It was awesome.
Really?
Yeah, the I don't know. Apparently, the kids' music place is right in Forest Acres, beside the dance studio, Palmetto Performing Arts.
Okay.
I never even answered your first question you asked.
Yeah,
me.
we're gonna go back to that.
I'm still confused about going to Tin Roof on Sunday because I didn't know that it was open.
because he's gonna start attending.
I might start
yeah, if-
performing.
Oh,
He might perform.
they might. Well, it'd be better than what I heard last night. That's for sure. Had to go outside because it's so loud. But I'm old, so much prefer kids singing Taylor Swift.
Fair enough. Today's episode is brought to you by our sponsor, Columbia Family Chiropractic, with 3 easy-to-get-to locations, one in Forest Acres, which is by Trader Joe's, one in O'Neill Court by the DMV, and one in the Northeast by Sand Hills. You'll be sure to have somewhere near you. They offer a ton of services from corrective care, on-site digital x-rays, spinal decompression for bulging or herniated discs, dry needling for injuries, pediatric care, and a class 4 laser. They accept all your major insurances. And if you mention this ad, you'll get a discount on your first appointment. Check out their website at cfc4health.com or Google Columbia Family Chiropractic. That's CFC4FOR health.com.
Speaking of random, I obviously my daughter loves Taylor Swift. She's 8.
Yeah.
So now I'm
Yeah.
becoming a Swiftie again, even,
Oh.
So for her birthday party, I had it at Multivina. I have a lot of parties there. Her fourth birthday was the first party in Multivina. Anyway, side note, I had a Taylor Swift impersonator at her
Show up?
Yeah. And she was amazing. Like real, like she's performing
Like
in
looked
Vegas.
like her too, or
Yeah,
no?
yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, like legit. I can show you my Instagram. She's so good.
I might hire her for my wife's birthday.
You should.
Would it
She's
be?
local too.
No kidding.
Yeah, she has kids now, and so she's not doing it like full time.
Yeah.
But she was
Good.
amazing.
Nice.
Yeah, I can give you her phone number.
Yep.
And since she's not professional anymore, she didn't cost as much as she used to.
Sweet.
She wants to get back into it and do some birthday parties and stuff again.
Yeah.
But
Get her at a discount. Get her while you can.
Yeah. Yep.
Great. Okay, so you go from you're at Chico's. You join a running club.
Yeah.
You run a marathon,
Uh-huh.
and then continue that into the journey of yoga.
Okay. Well, it's kind of disconnected. It doesn't
Oh,
go.
it
From,
doesn't-
it doesn't go
it's
from
not-
Chico's.
It's not fluid.
No, it doesn't go from Chico's to yoga. So okay, Chico's was running whatever. But Fort Myers, Florida is like a long way from Columbia, right?
Right.
I never really wanted to move back here. Thought, coming like doing fashion. I'm like, I'm gonna live in New York City, blah blah blah. Well, my first job was in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That was so fucking cold. I couldn't.
Right.
I had to leave. I was like, and then I gave up New York City. Never again in a cold
Not gonna
place.
do it.
So
Yeah.
that's why I moved to Florida.
Okay.
So I moved to Florida, worked at Chico's. My husband and I got engaged. His businesses were here in Columbia.
So you guys met before your journey.
We met at a keg party when I was about to graduate from high school.
So you're in high school at a keg party, and it was like a graduation party where there was just beers.
No,
and
it was like a country
out
in the
woods.
country keg party. Yeah,
So you both are from here?
yeah, we're both from here.
Oh, wow.
And he was in college. He was in school at Duke,
Older
and
guy.
he was just coming home, just 2 years.
Okay.
At a high school party? It was always
Yeah.
weird being in college, the idea of going to a high school party.
Well, it's like we grew up in the
Yeah, you
same
knew him.
park. Like grew up, played baseball and softball in the same park. So I knew of him, but I didn't like technically, run into him until that
Yeah.
Yeah.
keg party. Keeps getting sidetracked. Sorry.
I love that.
Kegs. He was doing keg stands though.
Sure.
Nobody was there with another girl, but
You
did-
didn't care.
he didn't care.
He didn't care. Now is she still local? Let's not.
I don't
say-
even know who that
Oh,
was.
you
I'll
don't
have to
know who it
ask
was.
him.
She could be
All
still local.
this time, I've not.
Not even thought about who you stole them from. She's probably sitting there thinking like, this guy had running all these businesses. He's got this wine.
Well, he was
thing.
in college. Oh, now.
Now. What if she's like
She missed the boat.
Yeah.
Too bad.
I love that there may be somebody out there just thinking
I have
about
to ask him. It's
Yeah.
probably somebody I know because Columbia is only so
Right.
big.
right. Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. So
Okay.
you moved to Florida.
So I moved to Florida because I was cold in Wisconsin.
Yes.
Okay. So I worked for Chico's. And then my husband and I got engaged.
Stay right in the mic.
Engaged.
He was waiting for that.
Yeah. And I was like, well, he's going to live in South Carolina. I'm going to live here. Like, what are we going to do? So really liked my job at Chico's, but worked a lot too. Like worked 12-hour days sometimes, didn't
Yeah.
stop. But I didn't care because I liked it. So in order to get a better work-life balance, I decided to go back to school to pursue my PhD. So I got a scholarship to Tennessee and went there. So we got married right before I started school at Tennessee and moved there to become a retail professor.
So you have a doctorate?
Well, that's not
Not yet.
n-
Oh,
no,
damn it.
partial.
All right.
partial. so and I love UT actually. So I'm a Gamecock, but second to that, I love Tennessee.
Yeah.
Like the stadium is just like
Yeah.
electrifying. Like
Yeah.
I feel almost like I feel at Carolina, but not really because I'm
Sure.
not, Anyway, so it was really boring. School
Yeah.
no, I love school, but in a PhD program, you write papers and you present at conferences. That's what
Right.
you do.
That's it.
And I thought that, okay, I knew that was going to be boring, but I thought that I would like teaching the kids, because when you're in that program, you're responsible for teaching undergrads.
Right.
So that's part of my scholarship. You get paid for, teaching. So that was also not fulfilling. So I
No.
was like, okay. I also didn't like the fact that, I don't know if this is going to be controversial or not, there were a lot of people in the program that had never even had a real job before. But then they're writing papers telling people how to run a business. So how the fuck are you going to write a paper and tell people to run a business when
Yes.
you've never even worked?
Agree.
So,
100%.
didn't like that.
So that's a massive issue in the teaching
In the
world
whole-
too.
yeah.
It's awful. Like, why would I want to learn
It's all
anything from
theory,
you?
yeah.
Yeah, like it's not okay. I'm gonna take a sample and like
Yeah.
no.
Mm-hmm.
So didn't like that.
Well, even in the chiropractic world too, we had professors who had never even in practice before.
Not even
So how are they going to tell you what to do? There's
It's
no
all
experience.
Yes, it's all theory. They're all just repeating things that somebody else told them, but who knows?
Right.
It's like when my wife tells me the best way to train our dog is doing this because she saw it on Instagram. I'm like, no. She's like, you can't talk me into it, otherwise it won't work. I'm like, that Instagram guy does not. He probably doesn't even have a dog.
No, he
Right?
probably
There's
doesn't.
there's
No.
all these dog
I
trainers on
wonder if
Instagram that are
was
terrible.
that Cesar Millar, whatever his
Oh,
name
he
is.
was good.
Do you think he actually has a dog?
Well, it's a good question
That guy's a
because
dog
he
whisperer, though.
maybe. How do you know? Here's the
Great
thing.
editing,
Tom
man.
trusts things on Instagram
I love
and
it. That's
social
my-
media way too much.
That's what I do my research on.
He thought Liver King was not on steroids.
You don't even want to get me
I
started.
don't even know who
about-
that is.
Oh,
You don't want to get me started about the moon or
Oh yeah. There's a bunch of
Yeah.
controversy revolving. My husband's getting into
is
it
he
too.
good? Good. He's
But
on
I
the right
just don't
path.
really listen. I'm just like,
He's in the right
I
algorithm
agree.
right now.
You're running a business and you have family. Who
I
has
don't
time for
have
that?
time. I don't even know what's going on in the world at all. Like,
Right.
if there's a new song, I don't know. I have to have my
No.
daughter tell me.
You're just hanging out at
No,
Tin Roof.
I don't.
listening
I'm
to
just hanging
Taylor
out at Tin
Swift.
Roof drinking tequila. We went from Tin Roof to Savage Craft. I much prefer Savage Craft.
Yeah,
Yeah.
agreed.
Yep.
And my son does too, because he can flip around in the yard.
Yeah.
It's nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the range in ages of your kids?
6 and 8.
6 and 8.
But they're only like 19 months apart, so they do nothing but fight.
Oh,
It's wonderful.
you guys try to have two back to back like that?
Oh no. Mm-mm.
Anything planned?
Well, I had to do a lot of fertility to get my daughter, so I didn't think I could get pregnant on my own.
Ah.
And then,
Boom.
Boom shakalaka.
So dangerous.
yeah, I was like sick reading that test. Found out we were in Charleston for New Year's Eve. Got wasted the day before New Year's Eve, like trash. Don't even know how many bottles of champagne.
Eve?
Yes, New Year's Eve. And I just like had a feeling, like nothing, no symptoms, no,
Right.
but I just had a feeling. So the next day I went to CVS to get combos because that's my like recovery,
Snack.
junk recovery
Yeah.
snack. Well, it used to be, not now. Though it's disgusting. I mean,
don't
I
know
love
what
combos
agree.
still,
I don't know what that is.
but that was always my, no?
Oh, he's Canadian. It's just a lot of weird stuff he doesn't understand.
Okay.
I don't know what a
Yeah.
combo is.
They're
It
like-
seems like
it's
probably
like-
chips.
It's like a
It's like a
pretzely
pretzel.
cracker filled with
Crap.
some sort of paste. Yeah.
Like some kind of like
Yeah, it could
fake
be
cheese.
Yeah, it
Really?
could be.
I like the pizzeria pretzel ones the
Yeah.
best. I bite them in half
Yeah.
and then eat the filling out and eat the pretzel.
Oh,
This
there's
is
an
a
order
health
to it.
podcast, and we're
Yes.
talking about combos.
yeah.
It's not
Stay away
something I
from
do
them
on a
now.
normal basis.
Yeah.
But sometimes when I'm like on a trip, I might treat
Dabble.
myself.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I might get an icy too.
Yeah.
I also don't know what that is.
Have you ever been to Target?
You know what
yeah.
Target is?
Yeah.
Well, they have an icy machine at Target.
Like
near
a cappuccino machine?
icy is like a Slurpee.
Oh, a Slurpee.
You know,
Yeah.
like, did you
I know
watch
what
The
a Slurpee.
Simpsons?
I know what a Slurpee is.
It's like a Slurpee, but I get better.
Okay. I don't.
Yeah.
You know what that is? You know what an
yes,
icy is?
Yes.
Oh,
You
okay.
drive past on your way home every day. Like Pelicans is basically creates ices. Correct?
Oh, like
no,
a snow
that's
cone.
completely different.
It's a snow
That's
cone.
shaved ice. Totally different.
Wait, what's the difference? It's flavoring and ice.
Well, but this is more like a consistency of more like of a
It's more-
smoothie. Like
yeah.
it's out of a machine.
More watery, yeah. More watery would
Yeah.
be the
Whereas the other
icy.
ones are kind of like shavings.
Yeah, you're right.
They take a
Okay,
big
okay.
ice cube and shave it for a
the
pelican.
Yeah,
But
Yep.
I can tell I really liked ice things when I was a kid.
Yeah.
connoisseur.
Yeah. We got sidetracked. So I still haven't answered your first question.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah.
Most of the show is based on that one question, so
Okay.
that's good.
Just with little things
Yeah,
about your
little-
pregnancy and
yeah.
how much you drank the
else?
night before you found out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then my New Year's Eve sucked.
Yeah.
Because then you couldn't drink that day.
Right.
now
Because
you
then
knew
I
you were
actually knew,
pregnant.
even though I had a premonition the day before, I just ignored it.
You
like,
thought,
I'm
why
going to
don't
have I'm going to have fun.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good thing I had that much fun because the next day was not fun.
You didn't want to wait and take the test on New Year's Day.
I probably should have, but I
Just-
didn't want to do any more harm if it
It's
was
the
the
right
case.
move.
Yeah.
That
The
was the
right-
responsible
yeah.
move.
Yeah.
And you know
Good.
what? Now I told you what my next meeting is after this.
School.
I wonder if it was that night.
That's what we're
Oh, yeah.
dealing with
You
right
could
now.
take a little responsibility at this
Yes.
meeting.
You show up today at school and you say, "I apologize for my son. It's not his fault." There was
I did
New
it
Year's
to him.
Eve.
Maybe. Who knows?
That's good. So now, all right, I don't even know where we're at
No.
now. I'm lost.
Okay,
We're at
so-
Chico's. I still remember Chico's, Florida.
Yep.
Still
Hated
getting
school.
still
research
getting you in-
papers.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
so I moved to
Tennessee.
UT,
Yep.
and then I got bored, and I was like, okay, I can't. I got to go back to work. I can't
Yeah.
do this.
Yep.
Yeah.
So went back to Florida,
What city in Florida?
Jacksonville, to work for
Jacksonville, okay.
Steinmart. So I almost went back to Chico's brand. It's like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
parent company is Chico's FAS. It's got like White House Black Market, Soma,
Mhm.
and Chico's. So it was between them and Steinmart, but Steinmart got back to me first. So I moved to Jacksonville. That is where I found yoga.
Was there a lot of yoga going on in Jacksonville?
Well, no, not necessarily. You asked me why I started,
Yeah.
and I told you I had never found the workout as an adult that I was like, yeah, this is it.
Yeah.
Well, my best friend, she went on a cruise, posted some pictures on social media. I was like, your body is fucking hot. What are you doing?
Yeah.
And she said hot yoga. So that's why I started.
No kidding.
Yeah. So I moved to Florida, and, I was busy in Tennessee. I couldn't really, it was like staying up every night, maybe going on the treadmill, some reading those stupid
Yeah.
articles, but not really, doing anything else workout wise. And so I made a plan when I moved to Florida, I was going to start hot yoga. So took my first class and fell in love. Like I like to say love at first sweat, because that was it. It was like Bikram yoga specifically, not just hot yoga.
Right. And let's talk about the difference between those, because my wife was giving me some education, as she mentioned.
Yeah. Cause she used to come back in the
Yes.
day.
Yes. So and I didn't know this until last night, and maybe she was still not even telling me the truth. Are there only a certain number of poses, and you literally just do the same poses every class?
Yeah.
In order.
Yeah.
And that's it.
It's 26 postures, 2 breathing exercises, the same all around the world.
Really? I thought every teacher had their own little thing. That
Well,
they,
in other yogas, yeah.
So that's hot. That's the difference. Bikram is that.
So Bikram,
Hot yoga can be a
anything.
variety.
Yeah. So Bikram is the original hot yoga, the first hot yoga then that was in America. Bikram himself brought it over in the 70s.
Gotcha.
So, and he like taught famous people, and that's kind of how it kind of like came about.
Which is great to train people, probably.
Yeah.
You just have your system. You
Well,
train them.
so the original Bikram is 90 minutes, 26 postures, 2 breathing exercises. You do everything twice. And when I first opened, strict Bikram, just 90-minute classes, but pivot, stay in business. People don't have
Yeah.
time. Now I don't have just Bikram. I have 7 different class types now.
Gotcha.
But it was a long, long time before, my husband kept saying, you need to be open to doing shorter classes first. That was the first thing.
Right.
So we did that. And then it was like, well, you need to add a different class type, to diversify and attract more people. Because Bikram is real regimented, like you just explained, 26,
Yeah,
same
yeah.
thing every time.
Yeah.
And it's for a lot of like type A people,
Yeah.
kind of like obsessive
Yeah.
type
Do you-
people.
Mhm.
And like, is there so let's say pose 7. Is there a progression of like, I've never done this. This is pose 7 to like, I am a yogi pose 7.
Well, so it's called Bikram's Beginning Yoga.
yeah.
That's like the class name. So it's for a beginner, but you do take the posture like as far as you can do it. The words, which you call the dialogue, it's a little over 50 pages that you have to memorize.
You say that you memorize and say this during the class?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What is going on
That
here?
sounds awesome to me.
Does it?
Yeah. Just here's your training manual. Do this every
Over and
class,
over.
every day from now on for the rest of your
Well,
lives.
but if you're going to do it for real, you have to train under Bikram himself.
Oh.
So you have to go to his
Joey
training.
Bikram?
Is he still alive?
Bikram Chudari.
Oh, his first name's Bikram.
And I'm saying his
always
last name wrong.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, he's still living, but he's actually hiding right now in a different country.
Oh, there was
Oh.
controversy. That's
This is
right.
a sex
Tax
scandal.
evasion? Oh, sex scandal.
That too, but
He
mostly
was,
sex scandal.
He was preying, I think, on women.
Was he?
Men too?
No,
Cult
Neither.
leader? Would you say he's kind of a cult leader?
kind of, but not really.
In a
Is he
good way?
attractive? Like, are you attracted to him?
Absolutely not.
What about when he was younger?
No, wouldn't
No?
have been in a,
Oh,
well,
really?
maybe like when he was like 20s,
Mhm.
but he's a short little, Indian guy who he's bald on the top, he has a ponytail, and he wears black bikini briefs in the hot room. So no, I don't want to get that.
Shirtless? He goes shirtless?
Yeah, just like
Wow.
what do you even call
Briefs.
those? They're not even
Underwear.
briefs. No, they're
Tighty
more like
whities.
bikini.
Yeah,
black.
like a Speedo type of deal
Yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah.
Wow.
But you said preying on girls. I was at the training too, and I didn't end up in his room.
Good point.
So
Yeah, I don't.
I feel it's like people chase celebrities. Like
Yeah.
Girls were preying on him, maybe.
I think so.
what's
that-
the guy
that's-
going to do?
that's
Randy
my-
and I get it.
That's my
Since starting this podcast,
Yeah.
I mean, we're married. and
Flocking
women
in,
are
yeah.
just
Yeah.
throwing themselves.
But once they find out you don't know what an icy is, I mean,
yeah.
Right.
It's
That's
over.
gonna do it.
it's over.
Combos.
Yeah, I think that's on them.
Right.
That's my opinion.
Yeah.
But
You know,
not
we
that
didn't
he
even-
should have taken, like he could have been a man and turned things down. But
Right.
Like they're grown adults, I'm
yeah,
assuming.
yeah, there's no children at this
Yeah.
thing. I mean, there might be 18-year-olds, but there's not. You don't go to the training if you're a child.
Right.
What year did that come out? Did that affect you at all? Like the local business?
I got one hate email.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of Bikram yoga studios have changed their name.
Just drop the Bikram?
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
Name them something else. Hot yoga, something else. But I'm not willing to do
You're
that.
good with it.
I don't want to.
You're loyal.
Yeah.
Ride or die.
Yeah, like I'm thankful. Like, yeah, it was messed up if he did those things, and he was married too, so that's messed up in itself.
Right.
But I'm thankful for what he created, the series he created, and healed a lot of people, helped a lot of people. So
Did he get, I mean, we talked about this on one of our previous shows about there's a spiritual component to all this. I always thought there was a sexual component to it, but they told me that is not true. That's never been a thing.
wait,
to the-
why? Because you're saying that because of the scandal, or
No. Just because of the creation of the poses themselves, that
oh.
it was all an evolution of like a sexual matrix, if you will.
I never heard of that.
No, he's making it up.
No, I'm not. I mean, I wouldn't make that
Or
up.
Bikram specifically, or yoga?
Maybe I would make it up. Yoga in general.
Oh,
Because where it came from was like people were anti-yoga, one for the spiritual side. So I knew about that.
Yeah.
Like the religious people. But I also heard that there was a sexual, like it made people explore things that almost like the Masonic temples. Like what's going on in there? You know what I mean?
yeah.
That kind of thing.
So you might be
maybe that-
talking about
I didn't see
Maybe
that.
that's
Good
my-
analogy
I
coming.
think
Maybe that's my
maybe
algorithm on
that's your
Instagram is
view
off.
of yoga in America, maybe because yoga was not created here, so it's been
Right.
around for thousands of
Right.
years, and it was actually created as physical therapy. So, like, you go to the doctor,
Oh,
you
like a
have an
PT.
ailment. Yeah. It's basically like PT. So,
Mhm.
and then they give you some postures to do, and that's what you do. That's
Sure.
how it
That's
started.
what it was.
Yeah.
Where did the heat come from? When did they start doing the temperature? Or
Well,
the-
so he explains you can't. So if you think about metal, right?
or taffy.
Okay.
That works.
Yeah, you could.
All right, let's use metal.
Or
then.
melt and icy. I don't know. So metal, can you bend it?
Mm-mm.
Well, so if you warm it up, you heat it up,
Oh,
then
yep.
you're more pliable, right? You
Yep.
can bend it. So you can get to the postures, they don't hurt. Stretching can be uncomfortable if you're not warm or flexible.
Yes.
And also the heat increases your heart rate, which makes it cardiovascular too. So you are doing yoga yet doing cardio at the same time. So it's cardio and strength.
Nice. So,
But you're not running. You're not hurting your knees.
right.
Right.
And you kind of just, yeah. Are there any injuries that occur in yoga? Like, what would be an injury that somebody would get doing yoga?
Maybe pop a hamstring or something.
Just like over.
But also the Bikram dialogue specifically, if people listen to you and do what you say, they won't
They
get
won't.
hurt. But not everybody listens.
Yeah.
You know. So
Is there somewhere you're on your head?
not in the normal Bikram series. In Vinyasa, there are inversions and stuff. And in the Bikram,
maybe that's where people hurt themselves sometimes.
yeah. And or if they like, for example, we have this one posture called toe stand. And you're supposed to go down, like hinge forward from your waist, go down, touch your hands on the floor, and then you can bend your knee and sit down on top of your heel. But people go down all the time with a bent knee. You do that, you're going to blow out your knee. But if you listen, you kept your leg straight, you hinge forward from the waist, you wouldn't hurt your knee, that kind of thing.
But and if you can't touch the ground at that,
Then you just
can
don't do that
Yeah,
part.
you stop.
You just don't progress that far.
Gotcha. Okay, that's
Yeah.
good. What is the hardest pose? Like, what are people doing in the Bikram series? It's like really.
I
hard,
think standing head to
challenging?
knee.
Standing head to knee.
Mm-hmm.
Head to knee. Standing. I'm trying to think. What was that? What would that look like? Standing head to knee.
You just
I can
bend.
show you.
Oh, is that
but
just bending down?
no?
Oh.
Well, yeah, we
You
might
have to
need
look it
pull
up.
I just visualize like, bringing my head to my knees would just be me flexing forward.
No. So, yes, that's it.
Oh, 1 foot or one.
Oh, you bring your leg all the way up to
Oh.
90 degrees and then bring your
Yeah.
head down to your knee.
That is very
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah, I could see.
Yeah,
that.
a lot of people can't even stand on 1 foot.
Right. So that's we in the Bikram series. You know, people tell you your whole life, don't lock your knee. You're in a wedding, don't lock your knee. You'll
Right.
pass out. We lock the knee.
Oh.
So it's not really about your kneecap though. It's
Yeah.
about using your muscles that are strong, your glute, your quad, to engage those, keep your legs straight, which then locks your knee. But it's not really about your knee. It's about using your muscles to keep your legs straight.
Yeah.
It's like how everybody used to say never squat with your knees over your toes.
Uh-huh.
And then the knees over toes guys came out
Uh-huh.
and everybody's obsessed with it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're basically saying the reason why all these people have knee injuries is because of don't put your knees over your toes.
Yep. Now we're big in fashion, as I imagine you were with being in the retail space. What should people wear to yoga? And do you guys sell anything that's like
Yeah, I run like a little boutique out of
nice?
there, which
What are men wearing specifically?
like swimming trunks or
Really?
Oh, that's actually that
Canadian.
sounds great.
That's
to me.
really
Yeah.
Canadian.
well, mostly guys wear Aloe or Lululemon, mostly Lululemon, like
Shorts.
Shorts.
Yeah.
You know the pace breaker.
yeah.
You have some.
Yep.
Yeah.
With
so,
the liner
with the
inside.
liner
With the
Yeah,
liner
I
inside.
love those.
Yeah. So basically that.
You have to go liner. What if are people going no liner? Are you seeing anything
I've
you don't
seen
want to
some
see?
things. Yeah.
You've
I've seen some things in my years.
Things are moving around down there.
Do you say anything like, hey, maybe next time?
No, it's not part of the script.
True.
Oh,
True.
Gotta
It's
stay
not
in
part
dialogue.
of
you're
But-
just saying your
Bikram.
memorized thing, being like, I can't believe what I'm seeing.
this. Yeah. I mean, the words do change too, right? Like I compliment and correct and
Yeah.
things like that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, there's a dialogue, but you kind
Yeah.
of sway some.
Like, would you say like Randy, great downward dog? And
No,
then roll
because
right
downward
back?
dog is not in Bikram,
Oh,
but
it's-
yes.
Or like your calf mobility is amazing this week.
Yeah, sure. That sounds good.
Are you going over and doing like little touches on the
No, in
shoulders?
Bikram,
or
we're not
anything?
supposed to touch at
Oh,
all.
touch?
We're
No,
not supposed to.
really?
Now, in other yogas, they do. But in
Like
Bikram,
correcting.
right.
Yeah.
He does because he's, the master, but we're
Oh.
not supposed to.
Maybe that's where the allegations.
Ah,
come from.
maybe. Yeah.
All right. What temperature is your studio running at? And like, talk to us about the heat at your place versus, say, like an infrared place.
Oh, I have 2 infrared saunas also.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's new. I got one a year ago, and it did so well that I built out a second space and now have
Sweet.
2, and I'm offering memberships.
Nice.
Really had nothing to do with yoga. I mean, I have clients that don't even come to yoga.
Just show up for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Really?
yeah.
Bikram would not be happy about that if he knew.
Probably not.
No.
He likes the sauna though.
Does he?
Hmm.
Steam or
This one's not steam though.
he likes the steamers though.
I think he does like the steam. I don't like steam.
I don't.
I feel like I can't breathe.
He's a big.
Really?
Steam
I am a
man.
big steam.
I hate
guy.
it. I can't. I
don't
can't
like
stay in
it.
there more than 5 minutes. I'm like, but the
Really?
infrared, I could stay in there all day.
I agree.
That's what I'm just a real skeptical guy.
Mhm.
And I just think they're telling me that the infrared is getting into me and it's doing all these things, but I can't feel it. I don't know if it is.
Have you done it?
Yeah.
Not well. He doesn't. Do
No,
it well.
I've done it many times and I just sit in there and I'm like, all right.
Okay, well,
I'm
because
He
kinda
doesn't
done
sit
now.
well. He doesn't let this. He
I
doesn't
don't-
let the heat do it. Or the-
I don't like to sit either.
He doesn't like the. He doesn't let the heat do. It pushes things out of you. I
Yeah.
definitely feel a massive difference in the infrared versus steam.
Well, so the
Yeah.
thing is, there's different frequencies. A lot of people say they have infrared, but it's not pushing. It's not
Right.
emitting and it's got
Might
all
just
this
be,
like
like,
technical
far.
stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not up to the standard to actually do something to your body.
So you have the sunlighting ones? Is
I
that what you
do.
go?
Yeah. So mine are top of the line and they're scientific based.
Yeah, I love the sunlight.
Mhm.
So, and they have like all the things. Yeah.
Yep. Nice.
Different programs. If you did the pain relief setting and the sunlighting and something was hurting you, you would feel it tingle.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that would be cool. The problem is I just never have anything really.
Oh, nothing's
Hurt.
wrong with you.
You just
Nothing
feel
hurts.
so
That's
good all the
literally my
time.
issue.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when we're buying new modalities for the office too, even they're like, all right, let me do it on you. What do you need fixed? I'm like, I don't have.
What
I
do
don't
you
have
do for
anything.
work? What do you do for a workout?
Nothing like can't.
I lift
he doesn't do
weights.
any-
I
look it
run
up.
marathons.
Still?
Well, I ran a half marathon last year, but I can overhead press 90 pounds, and in December I could bench press 285.
90-pound
90-pound dumbbells overhead.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Because
Because
what I was picturing was not impressive. I thought he meant like, okay.
What do you mean? You thought it was the bar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
90 pounds per hand is quite a bit.
I didn't know per hand.
Yeah, half your
Um,
body weight in per hand
Yeah.
is how you know if you have strong shoulders.
Oh.
So if you weigh 200 pounds, you should be able to do 100 per hand
Oh.
overhead 6 times.
A woman too?
See, I don't really know. I don't really compare with women, so that they never like. I've never got into that about whether or not
Yeah.
they can. I don't really know. I don't think it would be a thing for women unless they want. Really
So you
big
lift weights and
shoulders.
you run and you never have any pain. What kind of mattress do you
And
sleep
actually,
on?
I played hockey last night. Last night was
How
my first
old are
hockey
you?
game. What do you think? What do you
Really
think?
old.
This has
This
been a
is
point of
great.
contention
This
for a
is good.
while.
This is great. And just listen, there's no wrong answers. You say what you think, and we go
And
with
even
it.
if I get offended, it's fine.
yes,
I'm trying to think.
He won't.
Your hair is light, so like
It's
it's
hard.
hard for me to judge.
It's a great point. Factor in everything. Factor in how
Well, it's
soft
kind
he
of like
is.
brown.
42.
Good
really
guess.
good.
Am I right?
No.
Nope. Older. You got him
44.
older.
30. No.
39?
See this? Yeah, actually, yeah.
Close.
No,
38.
Oh, you just turned.
I just turned 39.
My husband's 42, so
But Ella guessed 58, I think, on me my first time.
she's young though. She doesn't
I
understand
know
age as
she
much,
didn't know.
probably.
She
Yeah.
thought it was a compliment to say
Yeah.
that I'm 20 years older because she was like, "Oh no, you look 40, so you must be 58." And I'm like,
How old am I? Or I already told you. Did I already tell you?
yeah,
Well, you said your husband's
This is
2
four-
years older.
Oh, okay. You actually
40.
listened. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Have you had your 40th birthday, your big party? yet?
Yes.
What'd you do?
I went to Ponte Vedra. We got an Airbnb.
Nice. Did you play TPC Sawgrass?
No, I don't golf.
Did your husband?
No, I went with girlfriends.
Oh.
Well, with kids, you have to divide and conquer.
sure.
We rarely can do anything together
yeah, you
because,
can-
like, how is that even?
Yeah.
And I also have to split up my kids. If they fight too much, I can't put that on one person.
Right.
And 2
So-
separate businesses.
Yeah.
So when you go away for your 40th, you leave your husband with one kid, and then you take the other kid and send them to your parents or something.
Yeah.
Because that would be a pain. Having to split up your kids would be
Yeah.
finding one person.
We should
to
see
take
the
care of.
schedule that I create in Canva. Like,
You use
This-
Canva for schedule?
Mhm.
What kind of wacko does that?
I don't think. Yeah,
Well,
I think there's
Nobody-
scheduling.
I make it
softwares.
pretty.
Really?
Like
Is
with
that why?
with
Just so it
icons
looks-
and stuff. Like my daughter, I do a unicorn. My son, I do a spider. we do the-
Oh, like on a calendar?
Oh.
Yeah, make it
What
pretty.
animal does your husband have?
He
Bottle
doesn't
of
have
wine?
one. Actually,
Tiger?
Olive. My daughter's name is Olive, so I use the Olive a lot.
What's yours?
I don't.
You don't
I'm
get-
not
you didn't
being
give yourself
babysat.
a
I'm not
thing?
being
Oh.
babysat. So it's
Okay.
like where the kids are going.
Oh,
Like Olive's going to Poppy.
I see.
Enzo's going to Abuela. Like that.
Gotcha.
Abuela is
Grandma.
grandma.
Yeah.
Is that
Spanish?
what's your ethnicity?
I'm playing white, but some Indian background or something. But no, my husband and my mother-in-law speak Spanish to the kids.
Oh, really?
So my mother-in-law speaks like 6 languages, but my husband, he's he's Italian, but
Yeah.
he speaks Spanish. So in his house growing up, his dad would speak Italian. He heard a lot of Italian, but then in
That's
college,
cool.
he double majored in Spanish, and he lived abroad and got really close with his Spanish family, and so we still are close with them.
That's
And
sweet.
we he's the same age, his Spanish brother, and they have kids our kids' age, and we go there at least once a year.
What city? Like Madrid, Barcelona?
Our friends live in Madrid, but they're from a town called Alicante, which is on the coast. So it's like a 2.5 hour train ride from Madrid. But we always go to Alicante and Madrid.
Do you and your mother-in-law get along pretty well?
She's amazing.
Really?
Yeah.
Does she think that you should speak more languages?
Probably.
Do,
I
if
mean-
they want to talk about you, they just hit it with another language.
Yeah.
Oh no, because I can understand what
Oh,
they're
you
saying.
get it. You get it. Okay.
They can't talk about me in Spanish.
In Italian, though?
No,
For
I
sure,
don't.
your husband and his mom talk about things in Italian.
Well, he doesn't speak that much Italian.
Oh, just understands it.
Yeah.
Okay. It's pretty cool to know that
He
many
could
languages.
get
though.
around. He could get around if he needed
Right,
to, but
yeah.
like he speaks Spanish.
Yeah.
Right.
And we named my son after his Spanish family. So he's Enzo Molto Carbone, and the wine bar is Molto Vino.
Oh.
And Molto actually means more.
More wine.
Yeah. All the
That's
time.
good.
That's good.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to check that. I'm not a wine person.
He has beer
Could-
too.
Could would they take me on a wine journey to like say you have a beginner wine person
Mm-hmm.
and you show up? Is that a good thing to just say like, hey, just take me on a journey to
Mhm.
start enjoying wine?
Well, it's a private club, so you can't go.
Oh, really? Is it membership?
Yeah.
No kidding.
But
Can we get a couple
I'll
passes?
take you if you want.
Guest pass.
Yeah, so it's actually you can't just like a random person can't just show up. You have
No
to be a member
way.
to go. Yeah.
So is it like then is it unlimited hours? Because
Yeah, it's 24 hours. So you just take your cell phone and you go in whenever you want.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Like you have someone has a work meeting or something, they can go there.
So it's like after the bar closes, and you're like, oh, just
Yeah.
hop-
But
no
most people
way.
that are in that range don't.
They're not doing
Yeah, that
that.
doesn't really.
Tin Roof doesn't open till
Yeah,
noon
that
on
doesn't.
Sundays.
That doesn't
Let's go
really.
get there early.
Right.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Right.
So, well, let's keep talking about your yoga
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't even answer the temperature thing.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. So ideal Bikram is supposed to be 105 degrees and 40% humidity.
105, 40% humidity. Wow.
Right. But it's a balance, right? So if I can't get it 40% humidity, I might have it 115 degrees because there's like
Oh.
a balance, so like a chart flow type thing. And I go hotter anyway.
Okay.
So,
So I
when you
set it at
first-
115.
Always.
So you had to do the whole build out, everything when you decided. And this is back when there wasn't a whole bunch of boutique gyms. Now they're kind of
Right. And
there's a lot.
And like you said before, I was nervous bringing Bikram here because there was only one other one in South Carolina. It was in Charleston. And, the Bible Belt, how are they
Right.
going to interpret that? I mean, I
Right.
had one of my close friends who became a Bikram teacher. Her mother was like real anti, didn't want her to even
Ooh.
do yoga
Yeah.
because it was like a worshiping of that. And some yoga is, but we are not at all. We are
You
strictly
can do
physical.
whatever. Yeah.
We don't chant. I don't have sound anything. It is a physical workout. Now it's mental also because it's so challenging that it becomes a mental thing. And you can make that spiritual yourself if you want, but we're not doing anything spiritual except making you healthy and hot.
And then drinking Kool-Aid and cutting blood and doing all that stuff, right? At the
What?
end, like a seance. Do you
No.
guys do it?
I think
What would one
I
chant?
think that's the move. I think that's the move though. Westernize it. Don't do all the religious
candles.
Yeah, but
robes,
most yoga
stuff.
places
Robes. I don't know about
Yeah,
robes.
robes,
do that
candles.
stuff.
They do.
They do that, and I
Really?
What are they chanting though? What's the chanting?
They're saying namaste a whole bunch.
well, we say namaste at the end of class, like as an exit, but that just means kind of like I respect you, you respect me, peace be with you, kind of thing.
Yeah.
They which is like I don't understand it,
Oh,
and it's
I
like
gotcha.
it's just like loud and long and like from your.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it means, but. And I think there are other things too, but that's the basic chant.
It's got to have something to do with vibration, I think.
Yeah, because there are also like sound healing things,
Yes.
which I'm not into either, so I don't know.
I'm kind of into it. I'm into sound.
Well, that
He's
happened
into the moon and sound.
He loves
Yeah.
all that stuff. But
I
even
do, I like
the Western side of it, dry needling is now the thing here, kind
Yeah.
of instead of acupuncture, because
Yeah.
acupuncture was very Eastern medicine, meridians and chi and
Yeah.
energy, and dry needling is just straight. Hey, we're going to put this right where you have an issue, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. And dry brushing now.
Yeah.
Dry
I got a
brush.
dry brush.
I
I also have a sunlight.
Yeah.
I do them both together.
Yeah, I have a client that does sunlighting every day, and she dry brushes before and after.
Yep. And I do a little trampoline. It's called a rebounder. Little guy.
Like the little.
Yep.
What do you do on it? Just jump, or do you
just
do other
jump.
things?
You just jump. Yeah, you just jump.
You put the trampoline in the sunlight?
No, not inside. That'd be cool.
Which one do you have?
I have my Impulse. It's old. I mean, I got it back, I want to say 2015 maybe.
Ah,
So I've had it for a while.
how many programs does it have?
6. It's got pain relief, cardiovascular, detox, weight loss.
Oh, I guess they probably update when you update the tablet. You have all the things.
See, that's what's weird. I still like, even if a heat coil goes out, I have the old attachments. So I have to like specifically tell them like, nope, take off all the new ones. I have to send them a photo of the wiring.
Yeah. Well, the new infrareds, they actually have more infrared panel,
Yeah, they have like a red.
Yeah.
Because I asked to try to
Yeah.
get that.
but they're working to try and incorporate it into old. Because like my one from a year ago doesn't have it, but my
Right.
new one has the red.
Yep. I
Red
tried to
light
get
therapy.
that recently. Yeah. Nice.
So I've been thinking about this for the last 30 minutes. Your friend that messaged you and said, or the friend that you messaged and said they're so hot, are they still doing Bikram?
They still look good.
Well, so they were just doing straight hot yoga.
Oh, and does she still look good?
Yeah, she still looks good. She moved to a place now that doesn't really have hot yoga.
Uh-oh.
So
Oh, so you got to expand your operation.
yeah, that's what she keeps saying. Maybe
Yeah.
because I kind of
Oh, yeah. What's the vision? Do you want to do more?
no.
No.
I had a
Kinda
second studio before.
Didn't like it.
Didn't work out. Didn't like it. It makes it less personal,
Yeah.
and I want to know every single client, and I can't. I'm already spread thin enough with
Right. With
a family
kids.
and one business. I mean, if you own your own business, it never stops.
yeah.
It's like 24/7.
That's what
so-
I was wondering. Like, do you guys have a lot of commingling, like you and your husband, business chats? And I mean, it's two different worlds. He's in the alcohol
Yeah.
entertainment world, right?
Mm-hmm.
Although I guess if it's membership
of,
and
yeah.
hands off, that's kind of nice. And then you're in the more like health and wellness space.
Yeah.
What does the intermingling look like?
Well, I have wine tastings after my classes a lot.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah. They call it detox to retox.
That's good. Is
Yeah.
that part of the brand? Detox to retox?
Yeah, it's what I say.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people do that. Just
Yeah,
hey,
I
we'll
mean,
go
and
to
honestly,
detox.
it's kind of like we actually share some of the same clients. Now I've been around a lot longer
Right.
than Multivino, but he was in bar business before.
Yeah.
Like he had college bars, and then
When did he get into that?
I mean, when I lived in Florida, he used to own Poorhouse in 5 Points,
Really?
and then he owned social. He's opened Social in the Vista.
The one that's still down there?
Yeah, but
Is it still down there?
I think like
Yeah.
it was good when he
Yeah,
had it.
yeah.
It was like a real EDM club. He had
Yeah, yeah.
Skrillex and Chainsmokers and all that.
Right.
So he's kind of always been in that kind of space. But he sold that right before we had our first kid.
Right.
Thank goodness that's not a good lifestyle for.
No.
So in the yoga world, is
Mhm.
there rule? Does Bikram have rules? You're only allowed to have one Bikram yoga within a 15-mile radius.
So they're more of an affiliate, not a franchise.
Okay.
And since his issues, I don't really even think they're doing that anymore. Like I initially opened paying an affiliate fee, but I haven't
Don't have
in
to.
years.
Yeah.
You just stopped paying one day
Yep.
and
I
said,
was like,
come out of hiding and find me if you want it.
yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, they're really bad business people.
Yeah.
So try me,
Hmm.
you know.
So you had to sign you have like some sort of contract at the beginning.
Yeah. And you send them like your plans for the yoga room. It has to be like, it's supposed to be like 1x3 and you're supposed to have showers and, you know, this kind of, but it's not run well enough. It could have been, but it's not run well enough to
Have to.
that they have enforced any of that.
Right.
So no.
And is it affecting the name at all behind it? Because it seems like then anybody could open up a Bikram yoga
Well, yeah.
without
Now they
the
could.
training,
Yeah.
without anything.
Yeah. Now they could. Before, like when I opened, it was more strategic and strict and stuff. But things have gone to the wayside since he's gotten in trouble.
Tell us about your days back in Lululemon as an ambassador.
Oh. How'd you know that?
I saw a photo. Was there like a reunion recently?
Yeah, we did a reunion
saw it.
class.
What was that like? How does Randy become a ambassador?
You can't. You have to be asked.
What if he sends a video of him doing 90s overhead?
Possible.
Yeah, they need more masculine guys
Like he'll throw on a
hyping
Lulu
their stuff.
He'll do a Lulu tank in a heartbeat
Well, I don't think they've done local ambassadors since COVID.
for a while.
Yeah. So first we had a showroom. Showroom had ambassadors, and I was part of the first round of that. And then when the store opened, we were still ambassadors. So that's what they call it. We did the class with legacy ambassadors. We were like
Yeah.
the first ones, and we had the longest run because normally you can't be an ambassador longer than 2 years. So what they do is they pick people in their community that are like fitness leaders,
Mhm.
and they do different groups. So they wouldn't have like 2 yoga people. They would have like, you know, a CrossFit, a yoga, something like that. And sometimes they would even do like a more like a community one. Like you would be like, we had a guy that was a firefighter before.
Oh,
So you
that's
would be
nice.
more that role. You would be like the health side.
Yep.
Was that Riley Kilbride?
Yeah. So Riley was, but he was first under CrossFit.
Oh.
So he was a firefighter at the same time, but actually Jonathan Coonsey was
yeah,
the
yeah.
firefighter one.
Both were on Columbia's Hottest Show podcast.
Of course.
I'm friends with him.
You get it.
Yeah.
And what do you have to do? Just say how much you like their clothes and wear
Well,
their
so
clothes to things?
they kind of like propose to
photos
they
and-
kind of like propose to you. They do this. They kind of like show up with this big deal
Yeah.
and then like ask you to be their ambassador. And then what you do is you have to like be upstanding in the fitness community. They give you some clothes and you get a discount, but you get a spending like amount.
And then
Each
you s-
year.
Yeah, they want
And
you
then
to
like
tell
we had our
people about it.
pictures up in the
Yeah.
store and stuff.
And then you
It was
just
awesome.
tag them on your Instagram or Facebook.
Yeah, and
This
we
is like
did
before.
we did retreats and stuff. We would they're really big in educating and like
Yeah.
team building and stuff. So we did a lot of that, but COVID really just like put all it on a halt.
Sweet.
Really
So-
did. COVID must have sucked in the
What did you do?
yoga space.
What did you do?
So my staff, we recorded all day every day, and
And
I
just
have a
had
free
people do-
YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So we met there every day, recorded, worked out all day every day. Actually, it's fun for me. I got to leave my house and work out when other people were like stuck.
Right.
Mhm.
But it was like a handful of us, the same people every time working out, and we did some live, and we still have all of the videos out there. But so I had to buy, a bunch of equipment, figure out how to record all that. And it was complicated because we couldn't really be hot with cameras and
Yeah.
stuff in the room. So we would have to like open the door, and it was a lot of messing around with that. But my husband, he used to own some mattress stores for a long time. One of the guys that was working for him at the mattress store used to do the music and sound and lighting for social. So he helped me figure
Get
out
all
how to
that.
record and all that.
Yeah.
I know we're probably running out of time, but I want to let you know. I want to tell you about my 7 different class types.
Yes.
Can I?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so we have Bikram, which is my favorite.
90 minutes,
Well-
26 moves,
Mm-hmm.
105 degrees.
Or hotter.
Or hotter.
Yeah. But we only have one 90-minute class a week now. Used to be just straight 90.
Oh.
Pivot, stay in business, all kinds of things. COVID.
Yeah.
I have 190.
What time is it at?
Sundays 9:30.
AM?
Mhm.
Pre-tin roof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we have 60s and 45s now, actually. So we have that. We have vinyasa classes, which are also hot. So that's when the teacher can kind of like do what they want. There's always like sun A's and sun B's, certain flows in vinyasa, but then it's not a dialogue. It's not like the
Yeah.
same thing. We also I created a hot bar called Torch Bar that I created to make as an affiliate to go to other Bikram studios so that we could pivot and stay in business.
Nice.
But then now we're only on one studio in Long Island because I kept getting pregnant and then COVID. So halt on that. But it's an amazing class. Maybe I'll be able to pursue it one day when kids are a little bit older. But
Yeah.
we have that. We have Hot Pilates. Hot Pilates was also created to add into Bikram Studios. I didn't create it. Another person did. What else do we have? We have Hot Hit. We have Yin.
Oh,
Have you
really?
done Yin?
No.
It's
That's
like
relaxation.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all seated, kind of like half pigeon.
Ooh, I like that.
You sit into postures 2 to 5 minutes, kind of like sink into it. I think I listed them all.
I should do some yin.
Vin to Yin, which is vinyasa and yin. So vinyasa, a couple types. We have a level 1, 2, level 2, 3. Hot Pilates, Torch Bar, which is hot bar, Bikram. I'm missing something. Hit
How many dudes are showing up to these?
a lot.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You said Jamie Scott's there.
Mm-hmm. He comes a couple times a
great.
week.
That's
He
nice.
always has for years.
That guy's got good skin.
Yeah.
You looked at it?
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
And he doesn't even do anything to it.
I know.
I think it's just like
It's
normal. It's just genetic.
It's good.
I would say more than a third of our clients are men
Wow.
because
That's
it's
good.
so physically challenging. Men like to do it, and we have a lot of former NFL players, stuff like
Really?
that. Because the NFL, a lot of their teams used to mandate their teams
Doing
do
that?
Bikram.
Yeah.
So a lot of them are old school, like have been doing it for a long time, and that's the way that you prevent injuries.
Yeah.
So
And-
I'm curious about the Pilates versus yoga because you're a yoga studio with Pilates,
No.
right?
Yeah,
not do-
I have
Oh,
hot
you are?
Pilates, but mine is mat Pilates. I don't have a reformer.
Yeah.
So it's
Okay.
all done like with your own body weight or
Yeah, I gotcha.
or like some light weights.
Okay. But I'm sure Bikram did not like Pilates. He would not be happy if he found out
Probably
you had
not.
Pilates in
No.
there.
Yeah. No.
All right. They go along well. Do you have
Yeah.
like
So they all complement each other
Mhm.
really well. Pilates gets into like the deep core, and we use our core in Bikram to support us and go in postures, but it's more like a toning type
Yeah.
class.
Mhm.
That and the hot bar, they're more like toning. So you can really like I don't currently work out anywhere else just because I don't really have time to. But you could get it all there if you wanted to. I'm a component of joining multiple places locally.
Yeah.
Like me and Jamie Scott and a few other gyms. We used to have a thing called like a fit partnership. Whereas like if
Oh.
someone joined Jamie Scott, then they could join me for less
Yeah.
because we
nice.
want people to be able to work out multiple places. And I still honor some Jamie Scott if they ever bring it
like
up. If they
that.
ever saw that back in the day on my website, like it's not there anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, you might get flooded with
Oh,
people
boy.
after this is out
Yeah.
there.
Just because you should be able to. You shouldn't have to pay $500 to work out multiple places.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, what about Lori Lapine? Do you know her?
Yeah, I know her.
She would be a good one too because she does a lot of like the strength training,
Yeah.
weight stuff. I
Yeah.
think.
She came to my class a couple weeks ago.
Do you generally get along with most of the fitness people?
Most
Like,
of them.
because we were talking before, it's a wicked world.
Yeah, most of them.
Do you
There's only a couple that I don't,
care to?
only because they burned me personally.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't like to, talk
You-
trash.
Yeah. You don't want to put it in one of your songs that you're creating like Taylor Swift.
Right.
You might, though.
You
If
could
ever
write a song about
yeah.
it.
I could. It's some
you
shit.
write
I could write a song about
If
it
you
for
do,
sure.
we'll play. We'll,
Okay. Well,
we'll
I'm
endorse
not
that.
going to sing ever.
Yeah.
You could rap something maybe.
I would do that
Yeah,
first.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I would do
yeah.
first.
Yeah.
Nice.
For sure.
So we're almost out of time. That went
We're
fast.
close.
I know. That was fun.
Anything else you want to end with before we shut it down?
Well, are you into astrology?
Nope.
You're not into any of that. What weird stuff are you into? Because I feel like
you're
yoga
not.
peop-
She's You're kind of normal.
Why are you so
I think so.
normal?
Yeah. It's
'Cause
weird.
we don't
to
do
talk
weird
about.
shit.
No, yoga people.
Yoga people are weird, but my place is not
You
weird.
keep it normal.
If someone wants to come in and do some weird shit,
You're
this
open
is not
to
the
it.
place for them.
Oh,
No.
Oh, really?
No.
You want the normals?
You're open to it. No.
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 I appreciate
No,
that. I
actually,
like
I'm
that.
not.
Really?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am not there to worship anybody.
Yes. Just be normal. Do normal things.
Just yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Love it.
Just get fit. Oh, you said about the heat though. It also helps you burn more calories, so you can drop some serious weight
Right.
doing it because you're sweating a lot. Like a guy can
Mhm.
lose 5 pounds one class. It's so annoying.
Do you bring like? Do people have a water bottle with them?
Oh, yeah.
Right next to them.
Some Bikram studios don't allow water, but I do because I'm nice.
Nice.
Maybe tell everyone where to find you.
Oh,
if they
yeah.
want to sign up, what do they do?
Yeah. So Bikram Yoga Columbia, we're located on Forest Drive behind where Groucho's used to be, on the same building as Strobler. It's kind of down like a
Furniture,
little,
yeah.
it's kind of like down a little alleyway. But you can park in the Groucho's parking lot on the side or behind the building. You can also access Forest Drive there's a light if you go behind Lowe's.
Oh yeah.
So a lot of people are
The
like, I don't want
grocery
to turn
store.
left.
Yeah.
I don't want to turn left or right. If you go behind Lowe's, you can access me that way too.
Is there parking back there?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
where the
there's a lot of
is.
parking. Yeah. We
Okay.
do have like a light up sign on the road,
Right.
but we're not actually like on the road. We're kind of down the alleyway. You can sign up on the website, bikramcolumbia.com. We have a first timer special that's 1 month unlimited for $99. Come as much as you want, 3 times a day if you want, no commitment.
Sweet.
A lot of people start with that.
Yeah.
And then I make them fall in love with us, which they always do.
Yeah.
And do you have like early morning classes?
We do.
Afternoon
Classes start at 5 a.m. and they end at 7:45 p.m.
Is it an app or how do they book?
So they can book online or the app. If they wanted to book through the app, it's called Moments, MOMENCE.
Yeah.
But if they went to the website, said book a class, it would take you to Moments. So you don't really necessarily have to remember that app.
Perfect.
Awesome.
All right. Well, thank you
Yeah.
for being on.
Thanks
here.
for
That was
having me.
great.
Here
We're here for the health of it.
for the health of it.